Hey, hello everybody, how you doing? So I've been kind of out of the loop for a little bit. I did a couple short videos last week, I think it was, catch up on the bus, etc. And yeah, some changes came along and I'm human. It kind of took me for a whirlwind. My whole being just kind of diminished. Anyway, so I'm out in my happy place. I really feel so much better when I'm out walking and enjoying nature. Hence why I bought the bus so that I can travel and, you know, be out in nature more often. I love to hike and walk, etc. And presently in my life, for the past few years, it hasn't been that way. So for those of you who don't know me, if you're on my page, obviously you do kind of know me, but my name is Arlene. Presently, I live in Texas. I'm called Gypsy, and I really resonate with the spirit of it. I've traveled a lot, been a lot of places, and I still love road trips. So anyways, and this is my Sunja. I have two dogs, but Chico is at that time in his life that taking long walks just really isn't. He does go outside and take care of business, etc., but that's about it. So anyways, beginning of September, actually this actually started like August. The job I've had for almost 4 years, and I know I'm not trying to give a pity story. I know everybody right now is going through some stuff, but there just wasn't something I was expecting. And then all of a sudden it was like everybody was rumoring it, and then it started getting real. And then we started seeing other schools online, because I teach online. Other schools online were closing down. I was like, oh my God, it's really going to happen. So I was already, luckily, I started searching, and I did get another position with another school, although it's still slow going. It takes a while to build up those students. That's the thing, is being there 4 years, even though I had lost a lot of students last year, still had a steady flow of regulars. So it just, everything just happened so quickly. And then beginning of September, they confirmed it. So I was like, great. 3 weeks and I've got to figure out something. So I tried not to worry about it, but just, I had like a week of just, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Online, searching, doing everything I could, thinking outside the box on so many different levels. And then a friend reminded me of something that I say all the time. Just relax. Everything's going to work out. Everything is going to work out. And then each of my students, because they actually live in China, and they have no control over what goes on, and not everybody there is bad. I know, it's just like here in America, they hear everything's bad. So anyways, the parents were asking me if it was possible if I would still teach their students, and I was like, yeah. So luckily I have a Zoom, and we figured out ways to connect, and so that was the blessing. That was, and I told my friend, I said, oh my God, your message to me was something I usually tell others. Everything will work out, just relax. And so I did. I just took a whole day and didn't think about anything, or tried not to anyways. And just focused on the things. Hang on. Gotta gather up my girl's leash. There's a car coming. So, and I just focused on what I know is true. I am protected. The universe has my back. Everything will work out, etc., etc. So, and in that time, in those first 2 weeks of September, I didn't even go out to my bus. I just felt defeated. You know what I mean? I literally felt defeated. I felt like, why am I even wasting my time here? Because, here soon I'm not even going to have money coming in, blah, 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 blah. I was, just filling in the blanks with all the things that could go wrong instead of focusing on what could go right. And so nevertheless, for October, I have a really good schedule. Some of my students actually most of them, because I don't know what happened last October or whatever. All of us teachers, not just me, just like lost a lot of our regular students. But of the 18, I still had steady flowing. 16 of them have connected with me. Of those, presently I have 10 of them are confirmed for October, and the other 2 are still kind of, tossing it about. That's okay. I understand. But they know me. I know them. So, that kind of thing. But anyways, nevertheless, everything always does work out. So, in the meantime, I went ahead and got back into my bus, started doing stuff. The outside is pretty much 99% taken care of. There's a few things I have to take care of, like deciding how to remove the lights that I'm not going to use safely, get them covered. I do have a connection with that. Thank you, Isaac, for sending that from Sculiani, sending that link. And as soon as I can, I will order those plates to fill in that space. I had a little disappointment the other day. A friend said, you should try to start the bus every now and then. I was like, well, if you remember, I shared with everybody, the battery is drained from something. So I got a battery charger. I thought, well, that's a good idea. Because if you know anything about my story, presently I do not have a car or anything else. So I'm just kind of, waiting for the bus to get going. Come on, let's go. Sorry. And if I need to go shopping, etc., I pretty much just I catch a Lyft. Occasionally there's a friend that lives here in San Antonio, and I catch a ride that way, and we go and help each other do some shopping, etc. Anyways, so yeah, well, the battery charged for 6 hours. But I think it's kind of my fault, because I still had the back door wide open, because I had been painting on the inside, so I was letting it air out. And when I went to turn the key, all the lights came on, and it sounded like it was going to do something, and then it just went dead. And I was like, what the hell just happened? So I waited a few minutes, did it again. It did the same thing again. And then I went inside and was kind of frustrated, etc. Tried to reach out to my friend, but at the time, the one who suggested, but at the time, there was a dog issue, etc., blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so then I remembered, I have the back door wide open. It's connected to the alarm, which is still connected. So I closed the door, but then by then, it didn't want to do anything. So in a few days, I am going to, instead of charging it all day, because it's not my house, I rent a room, and was already told how much electricity is that being used, even though it's just a 12-volt battery, but, whatever. It is what it is. So I said, okay, whatever. We'll be respectful, even though it's just a one-time thing, whatever. So anyways, and I do pay rent. It's not like I'm living there for free. I'm not just taking advantage of folks. But anyways, so my point is that I'm going to take it to AutoZone and have them check it out. Even though the battery charger, the little machine, didn't say that the battery was bad, because there's an indicator on there and it's brand new that will tell you if the battery is bad, so that way at least you know. But something definitely is draining the battery, so I'm going to go ahead and try that. It did run when I got it. I'm not a mechanic. I have a mechanic kind of lined up, but that's the other thing. It's the money thing, I already know the diagnostic is going to be $100 straight up, and then for his time, of course, I don't know what that is. I'm assuming probably another 100. I don't know what labor is. They all have different prices. And then whatever the part is, he's mentioned a few things that it could be, but this was when I first got it back in May. So I'm trying to set money aside for that, and that's why I think beginning of this month, when finding out in 3 weeks I wasn't going to have a job, I was like, and the one student I have with the other school, it's pennies. So nevertheless, everything has worked out on a positive note. Yes, I'm still kind of fickled about the battery thing, but I don't think it's the battery. I really don't. So I am going to get it fully charged, checked out, etc. in a few days. Take it over there and let AutoZone tell me what is or what isn't. I will put it on the bus, start it. I wanted to at least get it started and let it run for a little bit. Even if it does get drained again, it's okay. While I'm setting some money aside to finally eventually get the mechanic out here and then, find out what really is real. But I have stayed steady. That's the good thing. Even though I've had a few bumps, just like we all do, I've really tried to stay positive. And it wasn't until the beginning of September that I just kind of just went into a little moment. But I am really trying to my best to finish what I can. It's a lot of work for one person. I've had a few people say, "Oh, I'll come and help you," but the time, and of course, I don't have the money right now at this present moment to pay for the labor that's involved, etc. So I'm kind of, manifesting it and working on it, etc. I know things will work out, and I know that the right person who I'm wanting to come and help, who is honest and will help me to get some things finished, as well as figure out why the battery gets drained, what is it that's draining it, so we can get that part fixed, etc. Because as I'm starting now, I've got the whole inside already sanded and painted, etc. Holes filled, all that stuff. Already put some kill mat down on some areas. I know I need another box of that, so that way I can finish some areas, and then want to finish all the inside painting, and I already have an idea how. Then it's going to be the insulation, and then the floor. Start on the floor, the base, etc. And I have some ideas for the sidewalls after I get everything framed out, etc. So as I'm getting those things already in my mind set up, what I'm going to do, it's like I'm already thinking, okay, I need to get that engine going. I need to figure out what is that's draining the battery so I can get her started, so I can get her eventually out of the backyard and drivable. I still need to register her, etc. Thing is even though I bought her, if she's not running, can't get her anywhere to get her inspected or registered, etc. So those are all those things that are there, but I'm really just doing my best. So I just wanted to share this from my heart, from my feeling, to let you know I'm always positive and and I encourage others to be positive and, be in gratitude and be happy and know that everything's going to work out, and appreciate all your steps, all the things that you do, everything. Be appreciative of, your dog walking next to you. Be appreciative of the trees, the flowers, whatever, But life happens. I remember I read one time, and I don't know who said it, but when life throws rocks at you, there's the lemon one, right? But when life throws rocks at you, stack them up and build a castle. I think that's good. So anyways, I just wanted to share a little to let you know we all have our moments. We all go through stuff. Life has a habit of, just when you think everything's working out, moving, flowing, etc., then it has a habit of twisting things up. On a good note, my students that are already registered with me and signed up and confirmed, it's just doggies saying good morning. Anyways, I'm actually going to be earning a little bit more than what I was earning with the school, so that's a way plus. And a few of them have already asked me if they could, tell their friends about it. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. So there's another blessing. So yeah, and there's other little things that I'm doing on the side. So many other positives. But anyway, so I don't want to take it too long. I've already been on here a while. But I just wanted to kind of touch base. Yeah. So, by the way, I forgot to say, and I should have said in the beginning, please like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. I am going to try to share more. This was just a moment I just needed to share about what's been going on. And I'm not one really that likes to drag people into my drama and that kind of stuff. I usually am like, no, I got this, I can take care of it, etc. And I did, but I had to be reminded, as I said. My friend said, Arlene, relax, everything will work out. All right, bless you, take care, and remember, everything will work out. The universe has your back. Ciao.